Guys, I can't tell you how many times I've screwed up this recording. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm here for a reason today. I want to get pumped up. I want to preach the word. No, actually, I do want to tell you guys that if you do not believe in God, but you want to know about God, like, let me know. Because I'm going to tell you guys, I'm not the person. I'm not going to preach God down your throat. I will end up praying on this channel soon because that's part of what I want to do. Like, I want to teach people, but I'm not a pastor. I'm not a preacher. I just want to tell people how God helped my life. But we'll get into that in another story if anybody ever asks, like, hey, what's God done for you, whatever. Or I'll do a biblical, what's the word they call it? Testimony. I'll just say this. I went through some of the hardest times of my life. And, sorry, these people are slowing down. In the last, from like January to like July. And even now, I'm not even gonna lie, like even now, it's still rough. Like it's rough. Like I couldn't even pay my rent yesterday morning. And it's not because I'm not working or anything. It's just I haven't got paid yet because the way our pay cycle, it's weird how we get paid for this job, but it works. I love it. I'm liking this job. Like I'm not going to complain. But through those months, like from January to July, it was hard, guys. Like I went through a lot of stuff, like a lot, divorce and hurting my current relationship and not being able to sit in my own house because I was full of anxiety in my house. Like breaking down in tears like every day. I don't like to cry, but like literally breaking down in tears every day. Praying to God, saying, God, what do I do? Like, I just want this and I want that. And I know this is your hands and I know this is your plan and I know you have a plan, but I just don't understand. Like, and so like, I went through a lot, and I started realizing that I needed to find a purpose. There was no purpose. Like, I had purposes in my head of what I wanted, but there was no purpose of what I was going for. And guys, I'm going to tell you, like, just like one little story. Like, I was sitting there one day and I needed to come up with a big chunk of money, like at least 10 grand, right? And I had these machines that I've been selling for months and nobody had been biting on them. And if they did bite on them, they kind of like wasted my time. They like, tell me, oh, I want this. And then they just waste my time. I mean, I hadn't had this guy that was going to come up and he was going to rent a truck and come up and get it. And it was just like literally like just waste time. So I'm like, okay, cool. I don't know why, but this person in front of me keeps hitting their flashers. And I don't know why. Those are freaking coyotes. They're just coyotes in the middle of the day? Pretty sure those were coyotes. But I got away from town. It was Memorial Day. I went down to my best friend's house, 5 hours away from my house, because I could not be in this town. I got up that next morning and I just prayed. I said, God, I need to help my girl out. I need to help myself out. I need to get some stuff paid for. Can you please? And I had a lot of stuff for sale this time. Like I had like probably $50,000 worth of stuff and machinery from my shop that I had shut down and sell. And I'm like, I just don't understand. Like I just need like 10 grand right now. Like I don't know why this stuff. And some of this stuff would like easily sell for $8,000-$9,000. And I'm going, I just don't understand. And it's just like, So I prayed. And I said, God, I need at least 10 to 12 grand. Like if we can sell 2 of these machines, or actually 1 of these machines, it'd be great. But if I could combine these and make them, they're fine. And let me get this right. I had this listed. I had it nowhere listed in Alabama. I had it listed on one page that was a group that kind of covered the United States. But this guy, 30 minutes later, writes me on Facebook and says, hey, I need to talk to you about your machine. I was like, okay. So I call him. He's like, listen, I want to buy your machine. Because I had it listed for like $7,000. Just one of them. And he had just paid $11,000 to have it delivered to him brand new. But mine was already built and was brand new pretty much because I had never used it. We had ran it one time. And so he reached out to me. He's like, all right. So I ended up talking to him. I'm like, hey, I have another table that is made by the same company as a plasma cutter. And it would literally go with the same thing. Because the thing he wanted was a milling machine. He's like, how much do you want to sell it for? I was like, I'll sell them both delivered for like $13,000. And he was like, okay, let's do it. Guys, I prayed 30 minutes before that for 10 to 12 grand. I sold it for $13,000 and I only had to drive, we drove 7 hours. One of my best friends went with me. We drove 7 hours up there, delivered it, drove back. It was just, I cannot tell you how many times I've done this and I get an answer like within a day from God. And it's like, what? And so it's not that I'm trying to preach to you guys, but it's just amazing. And so I just keep pushing every day because I know there's a bigger purpose. As long as I get to put my feet on the ground, there's a bigger purpose. And so I've always been ambitious. I've always been good at stuff I put my mind to. Like sports, oh my God, you would not outwork me in a sport. Like in the gym, you will not outwork me. In life, most times, people will just not outwork me. I used to work 16-hour days, wake up. You know, I used to work at my shop when it was first, I was like 115 hours a week. Like, I was working more in a month than people were working in 3 months at their jobs. And it's just, and this is not for me to toot my horn, but I want to take that. I want to put that into this channel. I want to motivate you guys. I want to teach you how to work out. I want to teach you what true nutrition is for a man and a woman. I don't give a damn. I'll teach women too. I don't care. But my main target on here is men from like 30, 25, 30 that are starting to lose their testosterone, that are starting to become fathers, that are starting to, you know, get into the gym, not get into the gym. They've injured themselves. Like, guys, I've injured myself. Like, I'm injured right now. And I was talking to a really good friend of mine because I couldn't figure out where it's coming from because I didn't do anything stupid. And we kind of analyzed it, and I'm going to try something. It's the freaking bone inside of my elbow. Didn't do anything crazy to it. Didn't hit it. Nothing. Just suddenly started hurting. Wasn't doing anything. And I'm like sitting there, and I'm like, maybe my form's been off. Maybe I need to check my form. Check my form. My form was great. So we're going to test it. I think it's the lat pull down machine. The resistance of the pulling down and pulling back up, I think because it pulls up, I think it's pulling on that joint. Call me crazy, I don't know. But I just want to be real with you guys. I want to get on here, talk about this. I want to talk about my everyday. I like to freaking eat donuts, and I can't help but love sweets. But I'm going to finally just suck it up because of my health, and I just want to look amazing. What are you people doing? I'm not even a football fan really anymore, but these people have an Alabama sticker on a Georgia tag. That'd be like me having a Florida Gator sticker on a Florida State tag. No. But off that rabbit trail. But that's what I want to do, guys. I want to build this channel. I want to build my other channel. I have another channel that's monetized too. And I want to just have this life where I want my kid to be able to enjoy spending time with his daddy. Like, he loves me. And I'm going to tell you, I love being a father. But stressing about bills and being able to pay for my kid's candy bar or not, or if he wants to go to flipping SeaWorld and ride roller coasters, and I have to say, Bud, when I get a little bit more money, everything he asks, Bud, I just don't have the money right now. Guys, I'm not gonna lie to you. I had almost $500,000 when my mom passed away, and I put it into my business, and that business failed. And I'm gonna tell you, nothing can humble you as a man to go through that, to go through divorce, to be a father and still stay stern and be there for your child and be able to do what you need to do and still struggle and close your mouth and just keep working. It's nothing more humbling than just sucking it up and just trying to be quiet, but to still be real with your child. But I just don't have that right now. We'll get to it. Daddy's promises I'll get to it. And so that's why I want to create my tribe. My tribe, if you guys don't know, it's the reason I breathe every day. The reason I breathe every day. TRIBE. My family, my girl, her 3 kids, my kid, obviously my kid before everything. But they're the reason I breathe every day. And then I have my friends. My friend Tate reached out to me recently. Hey man, can I be a part of your tribe? I thought he was joking at first. He's like, no, I'm serious. I want to be a part of your tribe. My other friend that does my editing for these videos, well, he hasn't been editing recently. He lives in the Philippines. He's like, can me and my family be a part of your tribe? And it's like, hell yeah. Like, of course you can. Your family. You know, this kid, my editor, and even Tate doesn't realize, he watches all my videos, so I know he'll watch this. He doesn't realize what kind of influence he's had on my life just being who he is and helping me when I needed help. This man basically gave me a home, a weekend that I needed to get away more than anything in the world. And he's always looked out for me. So of course he can be a part of my tribe. He's family. My editor, his name's Jerome. He is family. His family's family. Do you understand this man is from the Philippines? He lives in the Philippines. And he has done more for me and been there for more, and he works for me for free now. Like, because we are so close. And he knows in the long run I will take care of him, because I've always taken care of him. When I had money, I took care of him. And he's been there, and this man put me as a godparent to his kids. I was the only American name on the board of godparents at his son's party for him. Do you know what that means? I've never met this man in my life, but I impacted him enough that he made me a part of his family. So of course he's a part of mine. He was there to check on me after I lost my mom. And he just met me. Family. He tells me Happy Father's Day. He tells my kid happy birthday. When there's people in my life that are like literally that know my kid better and didn't even say happy birthday to him. Like, what? So yeah, be a part of my tribe. I love you. I love you both. I love your family. I want to grow a community. Like, I want to make this real. I want to teach people how to make money online. I want to get back into that. I used to do it big. I wasn't really great at it because I was a spaz and took on 9,000 things at one time, but I've learned to calm the fuck down, because you can't take on the world. I can't do it anymore, especially being a father. Like, I'm going to tell you, and this goes out to anybody watching my channel, if you are about to become a parent, or you are a young parent with a young child, do not make the mistake unless it is literally just toxic. And I don't mean you're toxic. I mean toxic from everybody's standpoint. If your pastor says it's toxic, get the hell out of that relationship, because it's going to destroy that child. But coming from a father that I've literally raised my kid since he was born. His mother was around the first 2 months for maternity leave. But out of that, I had that kid every day during the day. Then COVID hit a year later, and I was home with him every day, all day long. I put him to bed at night. His mom wasn't not around. She was around doing things. But I think she went through like a little postpartum, And so I became this kid's number one source of everything. Love, care. Like, his grandma was around, but like, not saying nobody else was a part of his life, because they were. But like, I was who he woke up to and who he went to bed with. And I worked a full-time job at night. You know, and the thing is, like, me and him became so close, and we are still so close. I mean, I have a full leg sleeve on my leg of just me and him. And it's not like pictures of us. It's represented by 2 tigers. That's how close I am to my kid. And so when I tell you to be there for that kid, to sacrifice whatever you have to sacrifice, because I'm telling you, my kid is 5 now. I'm about to cry. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to cry. My kid is 5 now. What are these freaking people doing? It's like, am I sitting on your butt too long? Like, what is going on here? But my kid is 5 now. And because I'm not single, but I'm a single father. My girl lives out of town. And so we don't get to see each other but every other week. But I cuddle my kid. I have him 2 nights on, then a weekend, then 2 nights, and then I don't have him for 5 days. So I have him a total of 2 days, then 5 days. So basically it's kind of like week on, week off, but just stretched through 10 days, 9 days. I can't tell you how many times I cuddle this kid after he falls asleep at night. And I just love my kid. And the worst thing about going through a divorce, it was my choice, so I can't blame her. I just wasn't happy. I didn't see a future. And I'm going to tell you right now, there's nothing about grass being on the green on the other side, because she made really good money. She was good to me. She wasn't a bad person. There was nothing about it where I could just say she was just horrible here. Like, no, there's nothing about her where I can just say she's a piece of shit or something. I just wasn't happy. And I wasn't happy for years, so I stepped away. But what I did to my kid, I flipped his world upside down. And I'm going to tell you, do not do it. Don't do it. Especially men. Don't look at other women and be like, oh man, I'm not happy. I'm going to go out and sleep around, or I just don't want to do this. Don't do it unless you absolutely have to. It's toxic. Because I'm going to tell you right now, it will throw your world upside down. And I'm not saying I have any regrets, because I love my girl that I'm with now. I love her so deeply. The only regret I have about it is the fact that my kid is not in my arms every night. That's all it is. I don't want to go back home, so I'm with his mom. I want to be with my kid. That's all I want. I would build a house with 2 freaking sides of the house if I knew that my kid could leave his mom at night and come to me on the other side of the house. I wouldn't even get shit. Like, for the longest time, we were separated, living in other rooms. And he would come upstairs when I got home from work or from the shop, and he would sleep with me. So I'm going to tell you right now to be there as much as you can as a father, because mothers and sons and mothers and daughters, and they're always close usually. So I'm telling you right now, be the man. Don't sit there and let society teach you differently, because that kid will grow up exactly how you teach him. And then by the time he gets too old, it could be too late to switch that brain. And I'm going to tell you, I have to beat myself up all the time to calm the hell down with my temper, because I get easily irritated at my child. I do. Do I hurt him? No. I barely lay my hand on him and spank him. Barely ever. Because I don't need to. Because I just ask him nicely to stop. But do I have a temper? Yes. I have my father's temper. But I'm just telling you out of experience, be there for your kid. Because I'm telling you, I want to grow this channel for that child. I want to be able to take him to SeaWorld and let him go. I want to be able to take him to Six Flags or whatever, because he loves theme parks right now. He's on that kick. I want to be able to take him to golf practice or baseball or whatever it is, and not be worried about how I'm going to get to work or how I'm going to get to my kid's game because I'm at work. I don't want that anymore. Like, ran my own business for 2 years. It went in the ground. But that 2 years, the one thing I learned about it was I got to spend time with my kid every day because he would come to work with me. Because the first year of it, he wasn't even in school. And then he started preschool, and I'd pick him up at noon, and he'd be with me for 4.5 hours before his mom would come pick him up. This is before we were divorced. And I'd get 5 hours with him at work. Then he'd go home, and then I get to call him at night and tell him good night. I don't get to do that anymore. Like I said, yet again, don't do it. You understand how much I miss those calls? In the beginning of the divorce, I was getting them. I was still getting them, and then my girl was like, they're going to slow down. My friend's girl was like, they're going to slow down because she's been divorced or split up from her baby daddy. And my girl has been divorced. And they were like, it's going to slow down and you have to learn to respect that. And at first I was like, the hell I do? No. So now I don't get them anymore. Because the thing is, he told me the other day that she said they take too long, and they don't. It's her excuse to him, so she doesn't have to call me. Because deep down inside, I know it hurts her, and that's why I don't fight it. But we're gonna get off that. I'm gonna get onto the fact that, guys, I am very, very ambitious, and I want to see you guys do amazing. But I don't want to do it unless I have you guys on board saying, let's do this. And I want to help you, and I want to push you, and I want to slowly, I'm not going to tell you I'm an expert, but I did marketing for 6 years. I went through all different seminars. I went through masterminds. I went through everything that I could to become amazing at it. But my thing is, I just never put it out there. I never was consistent enough with it because I was trying to take on too much. I've been a hustler my whole life. Always wanted to be the best at whatever I put my mind into. I mean, I used to, in high school, this is how obsessed I was with basketball. I broke my foot in 3 spots. They wrapped that bitch up with a cast, and I was still playing when they told me not to. And I didn't care. I was like, I gotta play. And so when I put my mind into something like this channel, like y'all are like, please make more videos, please do this, like please teach us fitness, please teach us marketing, please whatever. I will become obsessed, especially if it becomes my primary source of income, because this shit makes me happy. I love teaching. I love leading people. I love making people better. Like, I love seeing somebody achieve a goal because, and you know, like all through elementary school, I used to get awards for being non-selfish, putting people before me, this and this and that. And I'm still that same way. Still that same way. I put everybody before me. And people fuck me over so badly. God, I cannot tell you how many times I've had friends just screw me out of money. Like, if I went through all my friends that owe me money, the amount would be substantial. I mean, I got one that owes me over $7,000. I got one that owes me over 20 grand. And this is all my own stupidity. These were really good friends, though. I have one that owes me over 5 grand. I mean, there's ones out there that just owe me $100. I mean, I have learned so much from people that I have learned what to put out there and what not to put out there. What's going to cause hell? What's not going to cause hell? I just realized I should have turned back there. It doesn't matter. I can still get to my goal of where I'm going, but I could have turned back there and got there a little bit quicker. But yes, guys, sorry about this being so raw and so whatever. I just wanted to talk. And I'm not blasting any of my old friends that owe me money, because you know what? My mom taught me a long time ago, before she passed away. Do not let people borrow money unless you don't expect it back. And so, no, if a friend of this sees this, I'm not putting you on blast. I'm not mad. If you decide you want to pay me back, go ahead. But if not, I've washed it. I don't expect it back. I've just learned from it. You know, you learn from your lesson. You learn lessons like putting all my money into a business and putting way too much money. It's not that I put too much money into business. It's I did it so much time. And my ex used to tell me all the time, Chris, you're doing way too much. And even with my girl that I'm with now, she's like, babe, one thing at a time. But I'd already bought everything. When I met her, I already had the shop. I already had everything. My ex was like, you're buying too much and you're trying to do too much at one time. And it's going to bite you. And it did. But I never wanted to listen to her. I never want to listen to anybody, honestly. Like, I listen to my girl now, but I never wanted to listen to anybody. And so I've learned. And so now my main focus is marketing and AI, fitness and nutrition, and teaching people how to just be a parent and live everyday life and just lead people. Like, I cannot tell you how many signs that I've had sent to me through God, through people, through sitting in church, and it hitting me flat in the face that my shop was not the thing I was meant to do. I wouldn't touch people the way I was going to touch people. I wouldn't make the money that I want to make doing laser engraving and 3D printing. Would it pay my bills? Yeah. But it wouldn't be a substantial amount. It wouldn't get me to the point where I could take my kid to SeaWorld and not blink an eye. I'm not saying I need to be a multi-millionaire, but I'm telling you, I want to be so comfortable that my kid was like, Daddy, I want to go to SeaWorld. I'm like, all right, bud, give me straight A's and we'll go to SeaWorld. Or, you know, hey, bud, you've been good this year. I'll buy you a year pass to SeaWorld for Christmas. Whatever it is, you know, or, you know, be able to give away stuff on here, like to people that are struggling, give them the opportunity to win something or whatever, you know. But I just want to be able to motivate people. I want to get people in the gym. I want to get people, they want to gain muscle, gain strength, gain size, lean up, get lean muscle mass, get a certain kind of body type, whatever it is, because you don't really have body types, but you do have body figures. And what I mean by that is you'll have a lean guy that has bigger arms, that looks, he's still got a lean build to him, but he's not big like me, but he's big in his perspective. Or you'll want a guy that wants bigger legs, slender top, or just a guy that's big and built like me. Or you want somebody that's just a runner and they want to know how to, you know, whatever. Or you got athletes. One of my biggest passions is athletes. I cannot tell you, I've been an athlete my whole life and I've been just blessed with athletics. God gave me the ability to be such an athlete until I blew my back out. Like when I just wish you guys knew me. Like, I went from being a 170 average bowler when I first started learning how to bowl to a 220 average bowler within 2 years. I took my golf game from shooting 125 the very first time I ever played golf to when I started taking it serious a year and a half later. No, it was 2 years later. I was shooting in the 80s consistently. If I'd have had a short game, I've been shooting par, no problem, but short game still kicked my ass. I want to be the best at what I do, and I want to take that knowledge and put it into you guys. I want to motivate you guys, and this is not about me. I know you guys don't give a flying about me. I'm just telling you who I am, not trying to toot my horn. This is about you. What can I do for you? And so I'm gonna go on I watched Sam Sulek. He's a bodybuilder, and he does raw videos just like this, where he goes around, he goes to the gym, he talks about his cut. And I think I'm gonna do like a series on a cut, like a 30-day cut. It doesn't have to be like October 1st because I've already passed that. But like a series on like a 30-day cut, and be like series 1, day 1 of the cut, what my goal would be, lay it down, what I'm going to be eating. And I want you guys to understand that it's not all about eating freaking salads. Yes, you'll feel better eating salads and chicken and all that good stuff, but you can have a treat. People don't understand. So, all right, I'm going to get off here. I've been rambling for 30 minutes. I know this is a long video, so I'm going to go. But I just want you guys to know who I am, what I want to do, what my purpose is. I want to show you that I'm a father and I truly care. Like, I don't care if you see me cry. I just love my kid. I love my girl. I love my tribe. Like, I'm passionate. I want to help people. But this world is so effing negative now, and they just want to hate on everything you do. It's like the guy the other day when I did my video, and the guy was like, the Dollar Tree Tony Robbins. Bitch, you're not insulting me at all. Like, at all. Like, I don't give a flying F if you freaking want to say, like, I don't give a shit. Like, I know I'm saying shit, but not the F word, because I feel like the F word to some people are a little bit more insulting. Now, if people don't care, then yes, I'll say it. But just people feel like they got to get behind a freaking keyboard or a screen and just talk about everybody, and it's like, stop. You're stupid. Like, it's retarded. It's not even affecting people's lives. Like, some people it does, and those people usually go out and pull a trigger and blow their brains out because of your dumb, retarded stuff. I don't care. I had a guy on my TikTok say, you look nervous, you look this, you need to... Shut the hell up. I'm not nervous. If I was nervous, I don't know that. I don't really care. Like, that's the truth is. My biggest problem with content is just knowing when and what to say when people need to hear it. Like, what the content's going to be about it, how I want to do it. Because most times it's raw and edited like this because I don't have time to sit down and freaking come up with a plot in my head and what the thumbnail needs to look like and this and this and that. I want to be raw and uncut if I have to be. Yes, I would love to make awesome videos. And that's what my other channel is probably going to be about. And I may do it on here. I may bring my kiddo on here. Crap. I don't know which way I'm going. I really do need to get off here because I have no idea where I'm going. I'm just driving straight, and I feel like I've been driving straight for at least 40 miles. So before I go way too out of my way, I'm going to get off here. I'm pretty sure I'm still on the correct road, though. So, guys, I love you. I'm out of here. Sorry I rambled, but that's just what I'm going to do for on here until I can actually come up with a plan of how the hell I want to record. And I'll start doing motivational videos. I'll start taking shit to the gym with me and recording workouts and start talking to you about nutrition. My biggest problem with the workouts at the gym is the background music at the gym is copyrighted, and it's like, ugh. So, I don't know. I'm going to have to watch some people that go in the gym and see what they record and see if there's something where, like, or do some research and see if they've stopped that where you can do, go in there as long as I'm not putting it on my actual video. Because it used to be a thing where you couldn't go in the gym because they'd pick up the copyright music in the back, and then it's like, I'm not playing that music though. But, alright, actually, I know I'm going the right way because there's a sign I recognize. Yay! Alright, guys, I'm out of here. Love you guys. Peace.